Hello, it's day 77, and I want to talk about Kyla. Okay, so, once again, sorry for the late video. I do not know what is wrong with our Wi Fi. Actually, I do know. It's the fact that we live in the middle of nowhere and our coverage is crap. But I promise I am going to get you 365 videos, unless I die. Some of them just might be a little bit late, so I apologize for that. There's really nothing I can do other than drive into the city and upload on the library's Wi-Fi, which I do sometimes, but I wasn't able to today. I just got out of the shower. I am looking like a wreck. Listen, just work with me, okay? Diet Buddy, many weeks ago I talked about K-pop. And I've been trying to avoid talking about K-pop too much because I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea, but when you're talking about dieting, there is so much you can talk about when it comes to dieting and K-pop. K-pop is full of allegories for unhealthy crash dieting and you know, starving yourself and just really horrible experiences with body image and how the public treats K-pop idols. So if you do know anything about K-pop, you might know where this is going. Today I'm going to be specifically talking about one idol, and she goes by the name of Kyla Massey. Kyla Massey from Princeton. So a quick rundown about her. She was very young when she debuted. She was about the age of one of my students, which is so sad. But she debuted very young, and she was a young looking, very pretty girl. However, she was larger than the average K-pop idol. I do not say that she was fat because the girl was not fat. The girl was not fat any time during her career. But this girl was scrutinized to the point where her body, just the way she was shaped, was causing backlash against the whole group that she was with. There were a lot of people at the time who believed that Kyla was going to be forced to lose weight by her agency, which is something that happens in K-pop. Idols are put on diets because they have to look a certain way. But Kyla never lost weight. She never really fluctuated in weight as much as some K-pop idols do, and it set the internet on fire. Everybody was so mad that this girl was not being forced into a diet, which is hilarious because with other K-pop idols, particularly Lisa from Blackpink, the idea that, oh, she's too skinny. She's too skinny. Who does she think she is? She's ruining the group's image because she's too skinny. Then over here you had Kyla. She's too fat. She's too fat. She's ruining the group's image. And both of those girls were stunning. Are stunning. And you can make the argument that celebrities are being held to a higher standard than so-called normal people, us normies down here in the gutter. But the message it sends is so incredibly clear. Fat women get ignored in day-to-day life. And if you have never been a fat woman, it's very difficult to explain. I went to the DMV the other day and they called my letter and I went up there to talk to them, and I swear to you, this person, at the DMV was looking past me the entire time. Not even looking me in the eye or talking directly to me, but looking past me to the group of people behind me. And I have no evidence to say that that's because I'm fat or because I'm unattractive. But when it happens to you, that's just one example, but when it happens to you every day, multiple times a day, over and over and over again, you start to see a habit, you start to see a pattern forming. And I feel like that pattern is taken up to it's taken sky high for K-pop idols. Kyla was viciously attacked. Picture a child running from a pack of rabid dogs. That's what it that's what it felt like watching Princeton perform or promote. That's what it felt like anytime you watched any of their live stages. I was never a fan of Princeton, but I have always had a soft spot for Kyla simply because she's one of those fat K-pop idols. There's a few out there, but mostly fat K-pop idols at some point lose the weight, and Kyla never did. She reminds me a lot of some of my students, and knowing those students, just how insecure they are and how difficult it is to fit in anyway before you have like the crushing weight of like literally weight weighing you down. I always really wanted to see her succeed, but unfortunately she was kicked from the group or left the group. I don't know, the story is very unclear. She released a couple songs on her own and then she kind of disappeared. So I don't really know what happened to Kyla. I hope she's happy, but it's hard to say with ex-K-pop stars if they ever truly become happy or if the damage has already been done. And I think that's another reason why I'm like so drawn to K-pop, because it's very beautiful and it's very fun and bright and energetic, but that dark undercurrent is under there. And I'm always a little bit curious to see how these special people, these K-pop idols who are so beautiful and talented, I'm always curious to see if they're able to achieve normalcy afterward. Some of them go on to do great things. Some of them go to prison. Some of them you never hear from again. It's a weird industry. And if I had to like make the base upon which K-pop is built, it's singing, dancing, and your image. And 90% of your image for K-pop is how much you weigh. I wonder what's going to happen to me after these videos are over. After the 365 days are up and I stop uploading. Do you think I'll just dissolve into the background like Kyla did?